Hello, this is Fabrizio.
Marco.
Gabriel.
Welcome to Calcio Worldwide. Today, somber day, I guess, or a happy day. I don't know. But we all know what we're talking about. Guys.
I don't know why you're saying a happy day. You support Italy, right?
Nah, it's not a happy day, but what I am happy is, if you want to rewind that back, you said, I want you to look to the camera and say you're a fool because you think Sevilla's going to win.
So let's talk about...
So why now, as a man, I said it goes both ways. Now's your opportunity to do what's right.
As a man, I'll tell you something. That game was robbed.
Well, we have
and
this...
everyone knows that.
Well, we have a platform, which I love, that we could just say whatever we want. We could say what the people are afraid to say or cannot say. And yes, I agree. The game was robbed. But the result still stands.
Robbed.
We made a pact. Look into that camera.
Nah, but we were robbed. It's different.
We were robbed.
It's not like we lost.
Well, I saw this coming.
It's not like you were right about us losing because we were going to lose. You were wrong about that. We got robbed.
If we lost fair and square, you were right.
Yeah,
we didn't.
You're wrong.
No, but here's the thing. I was right about several things. One, Mourinho. You guys hyped him up like he's this god. He made several mistakes with the substitutions and the penalty shootout. The players he chose for the penalty shootout were the wrong
Fab,
ones.
you can say anything, but we shouldn't have been in the penalty shootout. We got robbed. Red cards for them. We got robbed.
I know,
penalties.
but you guys also the finishing was one. I said Dybala is your key to victory. Once you took him off, looked like a completely different Roma. Nobody else could finish. Who else could score besides Dybala? Nobody. El Shaarawy,
but
he didn't come on. That's Mourinho's fault.
Mourinho,
you can't say this is his fault though.
Listen, Mourinho made, I thought, 2 mistakes. One of them was, yes, he didn't bring on El Shaarawy early. But the other one was the penalty shootout. I really don't know why defenders were going to take it when we had Wijnaldum, Belotti, and El Shaarawy. But besides that, he got the game plan right. He started Paulo Dybala when everyone was telling him to bring him on. He did the right thing to start him.
That's the only right thing he did.
No, it's not the only right thing he did. He did more right things.
Well, like what?
What? He kept a low block the whole first half and pressed high when he... That's the right thing we should have done. Because usually...
Yes, but you didn't have the players to score.
Usually, we do the low block from the beginning all the way to the end, and he didn't do that. So, he did get a lot of his game plan right. And I'm telling you, the referee played a big part in this game.
He did. We'll talk about the ref, but Mourinho made several mistakes. I think more mistakes than what he did well, which we said.
Yeah, but
you're just
no.
You go ahead.
But the thing with Dybala, I mean, for a player of his caliber, you shouldn't sub him off, but he was only expected to play like 20 to 30 minutes.
No.
He played much more and he scored.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that because of the due to the squad and the way Roma's played this year, these players don't know how to score. Abraham looks like a complete different player from last season. It's not, but I think that is due to how they were playing this whole year, just staying back. Mourinho's gone even more defensive than last year. It's like he didn't have faith in his players to score, and I honestly, but that's due to what the system he's created. Although there's some stuff that was upsetting me in the comments of the highlight videos and whatever. A lot of these Sevilla fans were like, "Oh yeah, Roma deserved to lose. They were playing anti-football." Sevilla plays the exact same way. What kind of bullshit game are you guys watching?
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I'm not afraid to say it. All these Spanish fans don't know. Like, they're just so biased towards Madrid, Sevilla, all of them.
I don't even think most of these guys are Spanish, though. No, I think they're just bandwagon people who don't watch the game. They see, Sevilla's won it 7 times. Oh, Sevilla won it again. They didn't even watch the game. No, and they're like, Roma deserved to lose. They played the exact same way. It was 50-50. First half Roma, second half Sevilla.
But I swear there's an agenda against Italian teams. I swear.
Yeah, okay, now let's talk about the robbery. Go ahead, guys.
I want to start actually first with the first half. Let's talk about the game starting from the first half. I thought Roma in the first half were brilliant.
Amazing. They were amazing.
I think everyone did well. I even thought Tammy Abraham did well. Obviously, Dybala's...
I think he was the only one creating stuff.
Yeah, but, our backline was solid. Mancini, again, he's the one that assisted Zaniolo in last year's final. He did it again. Nemanja Matic and Cristante, I thought, were amazing. in the whole game. But in the first half, the goal really lit us up, and we did well. The only scare was Rakitic's long shot. But I told you guys 2 weeks before the final, what did I say in our group chat? I've watched Prem football my whole life. Anthony Taylor is not a good referee. I've said that before the final, and I said, this guy's going to do something wrong in the final. And he did. But in the first half, we got the game plan right. Move into the second half. Sevilla did what they did against Juventus. They brought on Suso. They brought on Lamela. And I think this is where Mourinho kind of messed up. If I'm Mourinho, look at that Juventus game. Juventus started off brightly. They were the better team. But as soon as Suso came on, he's their key guy, I have to say. Everything went through him. Lamela's dangerous. And then that's where the own goal happened. Across, besides that, they didn't really create anything else.
Yeah, but then in the second half, okay, you could say they tied it up and everything. But then Lamela should have been sent off because he got a yellow card, and then he committed 3 fouls after that. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not a ref, but I'm pretty sure you can't commit 3 fouls after that. So another yellow card.
Ocampos too.
Ocampos too. Bro, we also had 2 penalties that weren't given. A handball, and what was the other one?
Listen, not 2 penalties.
And the high foot. No, bro, I'm sorry. If that was not a final, that's a penalty.
No, I'm not biased. Pellegrini's was not a penalty. That was not.
The handball absolutely was.
I'm talking about Abraham. The head, the foot to the head. Bro, in any other game.
No, but still, Sevilla played so dirty.
I know, but listen, if that was, you can even, bro, if that was group stage, penalty.
What did the defender wasn't going to do? He couldn't do anything.
Bro, it's still a high kick, though. If I do that to him, that's a high kick.
Listen, regardless,
didn't do it intentionally.
Regardless of that, Sevilla played very dirty. I mean, we
did
know
play dirty.
We know this.
Roma
but the ref should have kept the game more like controlled.
Yeah, he didn't have good control over it.
Nah, bro,
he committing fouls. He's gonna give up.
He was biased.
He was giving cards to Roma. Roma, obviously, you said Roma were playing dirty as well. I mean, of course, if another team's playing dirty, you got to fight right back.
No, but listen, there's a difference between a dirty and aggressive.
Okay.
I'm sorry, we weren't playing dirty. We were playing aggressive. They were playing dirty. Like every team does.
I'm not being biased. Roma are a dirty team. And Mancini...
No, Mancini's the only dirty guy.
No.
We play aggressive. We don't play dirty.
Listen, there's nothing wrong if you play dirty, but the ref has got to see that and hold you accountable. He was overly harsh on Roma and very lenient on Sevilla. If you're going to let dirty plays go, it's got to be even for both sides. It's got to be even for both sides.
He messed up the game.
And also, then there's the penalty. What's the purpose of VAR? If there's a big action, everybody's screaming at us in the sidelines to check it.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of VAR?
That really pisses me off because the fact that vice versa, Sevilla, we get a handball in our box and it's Sevilla's penalty, bro. They wouldn't even look the VAR. Penalty, straight pen. They wouldn't even look the VAR.
The thing is,
they would go straight to penalties.
The problem with the handball was there's no consistency.
No.
They say as long as if it's in the silhouette,
I was gonna say,
it's not a handball. So this is silhouette. This is also a silhouette. This is
exactly.
Outside. Is this going to be no handball as well?
No, exactly.
Because we've seen it countless times this season where that would have been called as a penalty.
I think we should start. We're going a little off topic, but I think we should start with Anthony Taylor's decisions one by one. The first one, let's go to the Abraham foul. I didn't think that was a foul just because Sevilla's defender was he was looking at the ball and his body shape wasn't able to clear it in any way. Abraham ran into it.
Okay.
I understand. That one, I'm not against.
You say that. Remember Koulibaly? Napoli against Barca a few years ago.
Absolutely, yes.
Koulibaly was clearing the ball. Looking at the ball, didn't know Messi was behind him. Kicked it, Messi puts his foot in front, penalty.
That was his foot.
That's your head, though. That's foot to head, bro.
The Sevilla defender touched the ball first. Abraham's going into him. The defender's not fouling him on purpose.
Okay.
Koulibaly didn't foul Messi on purpose.
Let's just look.
Well, you know how UEFA feels about Messi.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
and one more thing.
It's not fair, bro.
I will stick by this. I told you this last night.
No, I want
Mourinho and UEFA has been a problem for years.
Yeah.
UEFA has something against Mourinho because Mourinho came out a couple of years ago talking about Barca's robbery against Chelsea, where he wasn't even the coach that year.
Yeah, nah.
And when Drogba said this is a disgrace, Mourinho came out and said a lot about that. And ever since then, UEFA has always been giving fines to Mourinho.
No, this is clear.
No, go ahead.
This is clear favoritism. UEFA is corrupt. It's clearly like, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. They're a bunch of Nazis. Seriously. Seriously.
Nope.
It's their way or it's the highway. It's their way or it's the highway. If they did it with Juve too. They do it for Italian teams all the time.
Mostly.
Yeah. Messi, I love Messi, but they're clearly biased towards him. Certain Ballon d'Oros, like 2019, that was Van Dijk's Ballon d'Or. That was Van Dijk's.
No, yeah.
Yeah, they have this agenda.
Yeah.
And it's their way or the highway. They try to force you to do what they want. There's no appeal. If you try to appeal, no, you can't do anything. They are all the power.
Yeah, if you go against their agenda, someone like Mourinho, who's more vocal with regards to the press, then they're gonna show favoritism with the opposition.
Think about the most vocal coaches nowadays. You got Mourinho, you got Antonio Conte, maybe list Simeone.
Yeah.
These are guys that always have problems with UEFA. Now, let me tell you one guy who doesn't have a problem with UEFA and always talks on the camera like he's a little,
He's angel,
Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
It's literally, you see it. But again, to Anthony Taylor's decisions. Eric Lamela elbowed, I think it was Ibanez.
Yeah.
Ibanez
You go like this,
that's
and
straight
he did it
red.
on purpose. That's a red card.
Yeah.
He should have been sent
Elbow
off.
to the
Now,
face.
Ocampos got a yellow for something before. Then, Ocampos complained to the referee. He should have got a second yellow.
It's because the way he complained. All our players got yellow for dissent. I guarantee it's the same
Cristante
thing.
opened his mouth for one thing, got a yellow.
The only thing he did in the game.
Nemanja Matic's first foul in the game, yellow.
Yo, bro, that pissed me off. The first foul.
Bro,
that really pissed me off. I swear to you. They were trying to put on Roma. They were trying to put them on like an edge, so they couldn't commit more fouls, so they would get a red card. Bro, they're not slick. It's really annoying.
I have some people saying that the Ibanez one on Ocampos was a foul. Clearly wasn't because he touched the ball first. Now, after that, 10 minutes later, I think it was around the 75th minute, Roma have a clear handball. And Christian, you sent me this picture. I'll show it to the camera. Chelsea versus Borussia Dortmund this year in the Champions League.
Show it to both.
That's a clear handball, right?
That's clear handball.
This was the same handball that happened in the final. Now, they gave that a penalty. Why? In my opinion, I'm not trying to be biased, but UEFA really favors England and Spain. And I see it every year.
Yeah, bro.
With German teams, with Italian teams, it's always the same story. And I'm not just saying for Italy. I see it with Germany too.
Look with Bayern and
I've
Madrid.
seen it with Bayern Munich. I've seen it with Dortmund. They've gotten robbed.
That Real Madrid Bayern game a few years back, I can't remember which
Ronaldo, I love him. He got a hat trick. I love him, but bro.
All of them were offside.
Yeah, all of them were offside.
Bayern Munich would have won that game.
No, it's an agenda against all these teams before Spanish and English.
Barcelona, PSG.
6-1.
Yeah, you can't tell us.
the most rigged
you can't, bro. Don't even
get me clearly robbed.
Yeah, you can't even. The
I
Barca fans are like, oh, it's a miracle. Shut up.
I don't want to sound like I'm throwing my team out there, but that 2018 Juventus Madrid game, that was not a penalty.
No,
that was just total.
That one's questionable at least, but like I can see what you're saying.
Roma Liverpool.
Don't even get us started. We should have been in the final.
That's another thing.
We should have been in the final.
Thank you for bringing that up. Again, I'm not a sore loser. Like, for those who know me, I really admit when Roma lost a final. No, I admit when Lazio beat us in the Coppa Italia final a couple years back, we lost fair and square. I admit it. It's our rivals. I can admit that. Roma against Liverpool. We got robbed 3 goals.
3 goals?
That game.
No
VAR. Okay. This year you have VAR. You don't call the penalty. And I guarantee you, if we got that penalty, we would have scored. And don't tell me, oh, you never know what could have happened. Our best penalty takers were on the field. Abraham.
He wouldn't have let the defender take it.
Pellegrini. Matic. Cristante. They were all there.
Yeah,
one of them would have taken it, and I'm sure we would have scored. We would have won that game. Now, the other one, right before the penalty shootout, Lamela should be sent off.
Not even that. It's small, very small. Bro, we should have gotten the corner last second of the game. You saw, bro. Bono touched it with his fingertips.
No, yeah.
I know it's small, but bro, how
the ref's right there too.
And to top it all off,
oh, bro, don't even.
Sorry, one more thing. To top it all off, when have you ever seen a penalty retake in a shootout? When?
Never.
Especially the last one, too.
You know what I said? This is how you know it was rigged. Because the commentator goes, "Oh, Montiel, the one who scored the game winner for Argentina in the final. Patricio saved it. That could have been our moment. Okay, we probably wouldn't have won the game, but at least give us a moment to save a penalty.
We saved the fucking
retake. Montiel scores. Everyone's talking about now Montiel, the hero again. What hero? He came on for 10 minutes and didn't do anything.
All right, go ahead.
The thing is, like, people act like these calls and these yellow red cards wouldn't have changed the game. One yellow card completely changes the flow of the game.
It does.
Whether it's in the last 2 minutes of extra time or right before extra time.
Also, Drogba would like to say,
three red cards.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
Really? It was. No, yeah, and also Lamela, the fact that the ref just let him get away with everything. Lamela knew it too. He was elbowing everybody.
He was doing the same thing.
If Lamela got sent off before the penalty shootout, he wouldn't have been there to take the penalty.
Not even that.
That could have been a clear.
It would have changed everything. Everything.
I've watched Jose Mourinho my whole life as a coach. I've never seen him get so mad in a game. I saw him try to fight one of the refs during the game. He couldn't take it anymore. One of our assistant coaches slammed something. It was horrible. I really was just. I couldn't believe it when that handball wasn't called. I honestly couldn't believe it. I was like, no, this is for sure a penalty. We were all watching the game. We were like, yeah, this is a pen for sure. I remember Fab was like, 100%, they're gonna call it. And when they said no, he didn't even take a look at it.
Yeah, bro.
At least take a look at it. The guys told him, no, it's not a penalty. And you know what, Anthony Taylor? I heard they said, sorry, that's my mistake. The guys in the VAR room didn't tell him it wasn't a penalty. Taylor goes, I saw it. It touched his shoulder. What shoulder? It touched his hand.
If he said, I saw it when it was clear, it was clear he should not be reffing, and it's clearly rigged. I mean, it is.
Bro. You know what? The moment, I'm not going to lie, I honestly had a feeling we're going to lose the moment I saw an English ref. I was confident we were going to win, but I just had a feeling that he was going to mess us up.
I knew we lost that game when that handball.
Now, listen, let me what were we saying? You. No, I just want to say this. Okay, look. I know what this looks like, a bunch of Italians. I hate Roma.
It looks bad.
I wanted to laugh because he was mocking me the entire time. But the facts are facts. Anybody who has the audacity to say that this game wasn't rigged and that we are being sore losers and that Sevilla played this masterclass game and they deserve to win and you're praising them, don't watch the sport ever again.
Yeah, no.
Don't comment on the sport ever again. Don't even take a glimpse. Don't even kick a ball ever again.
No, so I agree with you on
another thing. You know how I knew this game was rigged? Right after the game, I got 10 phone calls. I got a couple from a Real Madrid fan. A Real Madrid fan came up to me and he said it was completely rigged. An Atletico Madrid fan said to me that was rigged all the way. Mm-hmm. A Chelsea fan said to me about the handball, he's like, we got a penalty and you guys should have got one too. A lot of people saw it too. Besides the whole game, I do want to say one thing about Sevilla. They are better than Roma. I will tell you that.
I'd say only
slightly, but they are.
Sevilla aren't all that. Wait, what were you saying?
But they didn't win because they were better.
Sevilla are slightly better than Roma. I'm sure they have a lot more revenue and income throughout the season, right?
Yeah.
So realistically, they should have the better team. But people are acting like they killed you guys. They didn't kill you guys. I think you guys actually got the better chances. They only scored because of an own goal.
That was the only chance of the game.
And Rakitic's shot. Those are the only two clear-cut chances that they had at scoring.
Do you know I've seen all of Sevilla's finals? After the game, we were all upset, But I watched the game over again. I watched all Sevilla's finals. Roma gave Sevilla the toughest final they ever had. Even harder than Inter did.
Way harder than Inter.
I will say this, though. This isn't Sevilla's... This is honestly one of the worst Sevilla teams I've seen. Yeah. Now, and anybody praising that like they're all that, because they got really lucky this year. I mean, yeah, they did win their games. The only team Sevilla killed this year was United. United. They couldn't even kill a Juventus broken down Juve. Buried in the ground. In that game, even Sevilla had favorite calls. Too. They couldn't kill. This is Roma. You guys said this was Roma's master year. This is This is one of Roma's worst seasons I've seen.
In terms of Europe. We're talking about in terms of Europe. Like Europe, this is one of our best
honest,
teams.
I will tell you.
I don't think even. I think that the quality of the Europa League teams that went through past the quarters were poor. I didn't think Juventus and Roma were all that. I'm really surprised Arsenal didn't make it through. Yeah, they lost. United. Barcelona, unfortunately, had a versus United. This whole Europa League was a shit show. It was. And Sevilla got the luck of the draw, and they won. They had. Listen, I'm not saying they're bad.
Got the luck of the draw going to.
Well, listen, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying Sevilla. That United win was amazing.
That was a fair one.
But here, let's look at it justly, like from a real perspective, even non-biased perspective. Sevilla are not that great of a team. No. At least this year, you have eyes, you watch the sport, you really follow Sevilla or just follow the game in general.
Look at their performance in La Liga this year.
Yes. Anybody saying that Roma play anti-football and all this, Sevilla play the exact same way. Yeah. The first half, Sevilla were just defending and they weren't doing anything.
I didn't see Sevilla play any.
Second half, football. It was Roma's turn. This is what the game was. It was an ugly game. If you have the audacity, I see Sevilla fans just saying the most absurd things. How this wasn't robbed. How Roma deserved to lose because they play anti-football. Do you even watch your team? Because Sevilla play the exact same way. I'll repeat it again. They play the exact same way.
But what I said earlier is Sevilla is slightly better than Roma, and the reason why is, look, if you can bring off Suso...
Not with Dybala on the field.
No, I know, but if you could bring on Suso and Lamela off the bench, wow, who do we have? I mean, I have to say, Roma, if we had a fit Dybala and maybe an Abraham on fire... It's a different game, but that's honestly a comment that doesn't really matter.
I just want to close it out with one thing. I said it, Dybala is your key to victory. You guys rely on him a lot. He's really your only player that scores and does stuff. El Shaarawy kind of comes off the bench and does something, but Mourinho, I don't know why he doesn't play him. That's another thing.
He does play him,
but he should have put him on much later. But the question is Dybala? Was it a bad transfer for Roma? Now hold on. I said Dybala carries Roma and all that, but with the money you paid Dybala for his salary and whatever, maybe you guys could have invested and built a team around multiple players instead of just one.
That is a good point.
Because what happens when Dybala can't play? I mean, look what happened. You guys, once Dybala was out, I knew it was going bad for Roma. They had nobody who else scores on that team.
It's not even just
Abraham's supposedly your main striker. He has only 9 goals in 52 appearances.
But this is why I say about
Belotti has 2 insane.
Belotti has 0 goals in the league. 0.
I think just 1 in 10 games.
No, not even. I searched up. 0? He has 0 goals in 30 games.
Well,
0.
But this is what I did want to talk about. One thing after the game, because everyone's question is Mourinho going to stay? Is Dybala going to stay? What is Roma going to do now with all these players? This is something I wanted to talk about. After the game, there was a huddle, and I really like what Mourinho said. He goes, "I'm staying," and he's like, "I'm staying because I've never had a team fight for me this hard." And he actually said, I've never came out of a final so proud in my life. He's like, yeah, obviously I'm upset, but he's like, he came out prouder more than he did with Inter, Porto. He's like, this team really fought. And I did see, after the game, our fans, like, I have to say, I'm so proud to be a Roma fan, because what our fans did after the game, they went up to all the players and were just telling them that you guys are amazing, all this stuff. They showed such love to the players.
That's what we're missing.
And I have to say, I even spoke to my cousin in Italy. He told me, he's like, Roma do have the best fans in Italy. He's like, they do. He's like, no matter where they go, he's like, their fans always stick by them. And I do see that.
Mm-hmm. One thing I want to say, though, I've been seeing a lot on Instagram. Everyone's like, just like making fun of Mourinho for losing this final. And now they're just saying, the comparison is clear. Pep's better.
Oh, no.
But how could you not give Mourinho praise for what he's doing with Roma?
Because people are haters.
Even like when he was this close, they lost solely due to a penalty kick shootout. What Mourinho's been doing with this team and the culture behind the team, the backing from the fans, Roma doesn't even have a lot of financial support compared to the big teams. It's like not many managers could do this with Roma.
Exactly.
What he did with Roma the past 2 seasons, I have to say, in Serie A, okay, but Mourinho did say he wanted to bring this team a trophy. Yes, Conference League, he did it. He nearly won us the Europa League.
I mean, look, I fought you guys on this. I disagree with Mourinho. But at the same time, who else are Roma gonna get as a manager?
Who's better for the job? No one right now.
There's nobody there.
There's not even that, but
there's some guys, but
he's the best for the job.
He's a winner.
He installed a winner mentality.
But he's the best one for Roma. You know what I mean? Like, Roma need him. You know what I mean? Like,
I think Roma could do better. I don't think Mourinho has done much different than past coaches. No,
bro, our best achievement was beating Barca, making it to the semifinals.
Fab, you have to.
Before that, what have we done?
Was Mourinho the coach when that happened?
That's my point.
No. But what I'm saying,
That's my point.
No, but my point is, other coaches have done better for Roma.
Di Francesco is one other coach. That's it.
Okay, 2 years ago, you guys made the Europa League semifinal. And
you got destroyed by United.
I know, but if you guys versus Sevilla in the semis, you guys clearly would have lost.
Not clearly.
It
would have been 2 games.
Roma's bet, yeah, but you would have to play Sevilla at home,
and they would have to play us at home.
That's true. No, but guys, look. I don't think. We're not gonna do this again, but I personally don't think Mourinho deserved. I think he made so many mistakes in the final. Obviously, there's ref decisions. But look, like I said, there's also nobody else for the job.
He doesn't deserve praise.
That's crazy if you don't give him praise.
Yeah, I think he deserves praise for what he said after the game, for caring about Roma. I do not think he had a great season. I think this is one of the worst Roma teams we've seen in a while.
I disagree, and I'll tell you why. As a Roma fan, and you guys know, what have we achieved before Mourinho?
Nothing.
Just semifinals.
But what have you guys achieved?
We won a trophy. I don't care if you say it's the Conference League. I don't care if you say it's the Conference League. We won. Lazio couldn't do that.
Exactly.
Fiorentina might not be.
Talking about Lazio.
But Fiorentina might not be able to do it. Tottenham Hotspur couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. Okay? He did his job. The other thing. When have we got to a Europa League final?
Yeah,
wait,
seriously.
Yes, we got to a semi-final before. Is it the final? No.
But like I said, you guys got the luck of the draw. You even said it before.
But he did the job.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. You have to take in factor of opportunities and luck. If other coaches had the same opportunities Mourinho did this year and last year with the Conference League, I guarantee you they would have taken it. Wait, before you say anything, okay? The Conference League is easier than Coppa Italia. The quality of teams you're facing is not equivalent to Inter, to Milan, to
you don't get my
Juventus.
Point.
No, I do get your point.
Because the Coppa Italia and Conference League has nothing to do with it.
Yes, it does have
I know the Coppa Italia is harder. I know that.
So winning a Conference League is not that special.
That's not my
it's
point.
A joke
my point is he did his job. And you're saying the easier route. Now let me throw you back to a couple
Many other coaches
Let me throw you back to a couple years. Juventus got to the final against Madrid in 2017. Who had the easier route to the final? Juventus did, not Madrid. Juventus did. And they got all this credit, right? But I'll tell you what, if they got Madrid's draw on the other side, they could have lost too.
In 2017?
Yeah, they could have.
Okay, first off, Juventus, they still had a pretty. It's not like they versus joke teams. One also
Monaco or Atletico Madrid in their prime.
Okay, but also this is also the Champions League one. Okay, this is not the Conference League. You're comparing 2 different tournaments that are so far apart from each other.
But you're also comparing.
That Monaco side was causing problems. Okay, that was a young Mbappe. Fair enough. Monaco's not on the same level of Atletico Madrid. Juventus's performances, where it was, you forget they only conceded. Before even they versed Monaco, they only conceded 2 goals.
Look at the team you had, though.
They only conceded 2 goals. Exactly my point. Roma's performances in those tournaments were not equivalent to Juventus.
But you're right. Look at the difference of teams, though. But look at the difference of teams, bro.
Our Europa League was awful this year.
Yes, the fact
that is just absurd.
That Leverkusen performance was awful.
We played a Feyenoord team that made Ajax look horrible this season.
You know what's funny?
Feyenoord destroyed the Dutch league.
You want to hear something funny about this guy over here?
The Dutch league.
Whole game, Roma against Sevilla, Dybala, Juve. Like, he wouldn't. There was not one talk about Roma. It was.
I mean, we
Dybala,
gave you your
Juve,
path to victory.
Dybala.
What did he admit after the game? That Chris Smalling is a top 5 defender.
I wanted to say that. Okay, let's just close it off on a high note. I saw Chris Smalling play. That was an excellent performance. Truly a defensive. I don't want to say masterclass because you guys lost. That's the truth.
For him, it was because he didn't make any mistakes.
He was the best after Dybala, including over anyone on Sevilla.
Matic too was.
Yeah. Smalling was the best player on the field. He was.
No, I'm not gonna lie. He stopped everything.
Yeah, Mancini had a great performance too.
Matic was phenomenal.
Matic was great.
Cristante too.
On Sevilla, I can't really say
there was no standout player except for Suso.
No, Rakitic was brilliant.
Yo, Rakitic played good.
But Suso when he came on, yes. Too.
Rakitic and Suso. Lamela, I am not gonna say he had a great performance.
Jesus Navas was good.
Yeah. Jesus Navas was good. Lamela though, I am not giving him any props. He got away with so much crap that he shouldn't even be mentioned.
I never gave him props in my life.
But one thing about Roma,
not even when he was on Roma.
No, I never liked him. You can ask him. I never liked him.
One thing about Roma
and Salah
and Osvaldo.
The thing is now, like we the season's over. Basically, we might qualify for Europa League. Although Spezia has a hard game because they're fighting for relegation. Mm-hmm. Now, we need new players.
Mm-hmm. Key players.
This is who I would get rid of. Wijnaldum. I know he got
poor performance.
I know he got injured,
too much money.
but he hasn't done anything since he's come.
And he's
but the injury. I'm sorry, but I'm done with Ibanez.
Yeah,
like,
no,
I can't do it with this guy.
No, he
gives me heart attacks.
He's just. He's like a Fiorentina type player.
Like, bro, you don't know what you're gonna get with him.
Not to disrespect Fiorentina.
No, I was gonna say you don't know what you're gonna get with him. That's all I want to say. You don't know what you're gonna get each game. You don't know if he's gonna make a mistake. You don't know who's gonna be the best player. You don't know. You don't know.
The next thing is
a striker. Bro.
I love him, but I would give him one more year. But Tammy Abraham, like he's had one brilliant year, then one poor year. Maybe 1 year will determine if he's good or not. But if we have to cash in.
I just don't think he fits on Mourinho's.
No, he did fit the first season.
But Mourinho, he's gotten even more conservative on the defensive end this year than the past year. And what is Abraham doing? He's just holding up the ball, laying it off.
No, I know, you're right.
This is my criticism of Mourinho. But, I mean, also, Abraham... One of the strikers have to go, and probably Abraham because he's getting paid more, right?
I would get rid of Belotti.
Belotti's awful too. Yeah.
Yeah, Belotti's.
I mean, now I heard who's leaving is Wijnaldum. I heard El Shaarawy's leaving.
That is a big miss.
I don't want to get rid of him, but I heard the reason why is because his wage bill is up, and I heard Milan's going to get him now. But honestly, I'm happy for
That's
him.
a great signing for me.
But
yeah.
For Roma, we need a striker. There's definitely a lot of strikers out there that we can get, like free agents. Firmino's open. Thuram. We can get
Scamacca. I don't want Scamacca, bro.
I want Mitrovic on Fulham. That's who I want.
We need like a Dzeko type player.
That's who I want. Mitrovic.
I freaking miss him, bro. I'm not gonna lie. If we had Dzeko, we would have won. I'm sorry. He would have finished, bro. He would have finished. He's creative too. He's underratedly
but let's not
creative.
go to imaginary.
Nah, bro.
He's right. But
I think so.
Roma needs signings.
We do.
And I do think if we get signings, I already make my prediction for next year. We will qualify for top 4. Mm-hmm. I'm sure.
Yeah, if we get signings.
I'm sure we'll get 4th.
Top 4?
I'm sure we'll get 4th place next year if we get signings. Nothing more than that. 4th.
But I think Mourinho,
that's fine. But I think if he gets more players, we can win a trophy.
Yeah,
whether it's Coppa Italia or maybe we can try Europa again. But I do think if he makes signings, if you looked at Roma, we're only going up. Man. We're going forward. So we're on a good path. But once again, I'm making a bold prediction. I say we can get 4th and win one trophy next year if we make signings.
Whoa. The trophy thing is a little...
we can.
You don't think we can win Coppa
We can get any trophy. Who knows?
They have a shot.
Serie A is going to be... Well,
not Serie A.
Not Serie A. No.
Serie A, okay.
We wouldn't
Your only hope is really, in my opinion, Coppa Italia. I mean, look, the Europa League is always there, but the Europa League is tough.
It is tough.
The Europa League is tough, okay? Reaching a back-to-back finals in Europa League is very difficult. Unless you're Sevilla. But we all know Sevilla gets help, outside help. Yeah. But For an Italian team, it's difficult.
Yeah.
Supercoppa, you're not playing.
No.
Coppa Italia is your best bet. And even then, I'm sorry, you got to compete with a lot of guys there.
But I don't think Mourinho wants to go for domestic cups.
The thing with Roma, it's in the past few years where literally most Italian teams have been disappointing, at least Roma's been having more consistent performances in Europe. So at least with Mourinho, they have a good shot at some sort of silverware.
I mean, but also Roma, yes, they've kind of maintained. It's weird. They've kind of stayed the same for a while. While other teams went down or went up, Roma's kind of just been stagnant, just the same.
Yeah.
They have been. I mean, look, Europa League final is great. I'm not taking away, but they're in neither a bad spot nor a good spot. I think Roma just they need to get a striker clearly.
Yeah.
Fix the way they play. Mourinho's got to adjust because you can't just sit back. This is Roma. Roma's never played like this.
4 in the back now.
Roma's always been an attacking and a high-scoring team.
Yeah.
And Mourinho's changed that. This is why I'm not a fan of Mourinho. I think he completely changed the way Roma play. I don't think it suits Roma, but if he's going to stay, great.
If it works, it works.
Adjust the way you play. Get some new players. The transfer this summer will decide Roma's future. The players they bring in, how they play next season, who the team is built around. That is all I have to say. Close it out. Roma were robbed. Sevilla won again. You need to put an at-risk on that win. That being said, Roma need to step it up. You know, I hope you guys learned a lesson. You guys were talking a lot, and I said...
Bro, we were talking because off camera, you were talking a lot.
No, I was just responding
Bob,
to you.
You know what's funny? The beginning argument was because of you, so we retaliated. We got even more confident because you are retaliating, and then that's how it was.
There's a witness
right there, and a witness right there.
Just stay humble. I hope this humbled you.
Bro,
the same goes for you.
We're humble. Not when it comes to you, though.
You said we lost 2 finals. You lost the lesser final. Welcome to the club.
Fab, you can tell us to stay humble.
You didn't get robbed.
You can tell us to stay humble.
You didn't get robbed.
But you got to stay humble.
And okay, delusional.
Juventus.
It's not a Roma video without ending with some delusion.
Europa League.
End
Juventus,
of this episode. Tune us in for our Conference League final predictions. And maybe we'll see how easy it is to win a Conference League. All right. That's the end.
Okay.
Somber ending.